Just, yeah, it's still working. Okay then, shall I do some quests or just kill mobs? I guess I'll do a little bit of both. 29 to 30, that's a bit high. 27 to 28. I guess I'll go over there and kill someone. Guess I should focus on the lower level ones that give me green XP. Or creatures that are green for me. Maybe I can try to listen to the local radio. They have oh shit. It's elite. I'm not touching that. Should maybe move us further away. It's like it's full. That I can do. Sure. What is this quest? Investigate the grave robber's activity at the cemetery. Okay, I'm gonna listen to the podcast I'm usually listening to instead of this music. Just have to find the right episode. Because I've been switching between Spotify and Apple, what do you call it? Apple Podcasts or something. They don't sync, so...
Lands on the far continent are intermingled here because they're all ship's crews.
Okay, no need for Knife Gut Pete to make an appearance then. Let's head in. Pluto, what are we gonna tell people?
Okay, so I think the plan is we approach the staff. They have their eyes open and their wits about them. We let them know what we're looking for. We drop the money and we say, don't tip off that we're doing that. But there'll be more money. And then send like a runner. I mean, like, that's why I wanted to involve the children, because they love running for money. So you pay someone, you're like, look, you kid, tell me when so-and-so gets to what's its place. And they're like, cool. And you're like, here's a silver.
To the console Ezio's. Because we will probably be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we could come by tomorrow morning and just ask if what they heard. But if they do hear anything in the night, should they send somebody to us?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
We'll sleep through it, but we want to know.
Yeah, Veo, you're on wake up duty if somebody comes a knocking. I approach the barkeep and I place 3 gold on the table.
The barkeep is a man with a frilled shirt and a burgundy vest, and he has a thick mustache and long flowing hair that is jet black, and kind of that's sort of like hooked nose, and he says, "Welcome to the Saltside Pub. How can Fernando help you?"
Well, Fernando, my name is Sebastian Crow, and I'm looking for some people. Now, I'm going to just leave this gold here.
You'll have to speak up, Sebastian Crow. It is very loud in here.
I am looking for some people. I am going to inconspicuously leave gold on this table and give you a description.
Fernando Rio. They left undead creatures and monsters. They're all in the pack. Good evening and welcome back to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly D&D 5e live stream campaign with yours truly, Monty Martin, running our game as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer, and we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Veo Senya, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger Rogue.
And Joel Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the human battlemaster.
Thank you for catching our live play once again. You can always also find all the other amazing content that Kelly and I create over on YouTube at the Dungeon Dudes YouTube channel, so head on over to YouTube if you want to catch all of our latest guides and videos for D&D.
You can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. Check us out from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast.
And a big thank you right off the top to all of our amazing Patreon supporters for making the work that we do here possible. We so appreciate your support, and for those of you that are interested in finding out how you can help make our work possible, we'll have more about our Patreon at the end of the episode. But for now, shall we return to the world of Drakkenheim? All right.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakenheim.
Welcome back to Drakenheim. When last we left our heroes, Veo, Sebastian, and Paludo were in the wonderful city of Liberio, where they were making preparations for the Great Gasconade, the conclusion of the duel between High Paladin Uriel Radley of the Silver Order and Paludo Jackson, to determine many of the terms of the negotiations between Illyria and Westamar. Over the course of their adventures in the city in preparation, our heroes discovered a nefarious plot to destroy, or at least bombard, the Cathedral of St. Fiona, where the negotiations are to be held, with essentially living bombs of undead creatures. Our heroes have foiled the plot, but have been on the tail for who set these in motion. Their investigations led them to a curious lead connecting to Altbrook University and the apothecaries working there, and with the assistance of the consul of Liberio, Isabella Ezio, who has pledged that in return for our heroes having prevented the disaster that would have occurred at the Gasconade, she has put out her feelers and investigators and her soldiers to see if there are any leads that they can find over who might have been harboring this group or what might have been happening. After a very long day of adventures, our heroes have now rested up and it is today, this afternoon, the Gasconade will be held as planned. Word is you are currently guests at the house of Isabella Ezio. Well, the leaders of Illyria, Caspia, and Westamar, Wilhelm von Kessel, the Lord Regent Polonius Reed, as well as the High King Venus Joplin of Caspia, they have been asked that they're not allowed to stay in Liberio, for Liberio is a neutral city, and so it will not be the guest of any foreign monarch. They're allowed to come in for the Gasconade, and they must leave afterwards. They can't remain as guests in the city proper, so they will be coming in only for the Gasconade and then leaving. Those are the terms that the free people of Liberio have imposed on these negotiations. And so, as guests in the home, you are awoken rather early in the morning. The sun is still rising when an attendant for Isabella Ezio comes to each of your chamber doors and announces that the consul would like to share some privileged information with each of you, and that if you can please make your preparations and come down to meet with her in her study as soon as possible.
And much to their surprise, they knock on 3 chamber doors, but we were all actually sleeping in one because we don't know how to be apart.
Yeah, it's
Puddle.
Huh? Who's waking us up?
I call middle.
It was a comfy night's sleep. It was a good time.
I needed that sleep, honestly. It's been a hectic few days.
Agreed. I'm glad at least we figured out somewhat of what was going on behind the city, but I'm worried about what the day is going to bring.
I'm not too worried about it. What's the worst that could happen? It's not like anybody's life is on the line, right?
We laugh, but it's yours.
Yeah. As you prepare yourselves and head down to the offices of Isabella Ezio, you enter her studious chamber, which is a well-appointed room with tall glass windows and sumptuous curtains that overlooks the city and the nearby gardens. Her study is rather well appointed with several portraits and paintings and works of art, but not in such a way where you've been in other nobles' chambers who they cover every possible surface with artwork or something like that, whereas Isabella's tastes are a little bit more worldly, showing portraiture perhaps of former family members that have been arranged in a respectful fashion. She has a big, large writing desk, and arranged around the writing desk are several chaise lounges and couches, as well as chairs to sit at, and an attendant brings in a wheeled table that has on it a piping hot teas and caffeinated beverages with some milk, and a selection of pastries and fruits.
I walk over to that.
Sebastian takes at least 3 pastries.
And then Veo takes one of those pastries out of your hand and starts eating.
Fair.
After, as you are stuffing your mouths with food, Isabella Azio comes into the room, and she sighs, but says, "After your adventures yesterday, I'm honestly not surprised that you're starving. Please enjoy."
Thank you.
It's a regular occurrence for me, I'll be honest.
I hope that any wounds that you suffered yesterday, that you're recovering well. Hopefully, there's a lot less physical action that you must go through today with this gasconade.
You know, it's really quite amazing that all you need is a good night's sleep and your wounds kind of just disappear. It's beautiful.
Yes, it's an interesting game of life that we all happen to play in.
I don't question it. I'm just so tough. Most things just... Yeah.
I assume it's because Pluto's tough, I'm magical, Veo's a cat. It all checks out.
Yeah. That passes my... That's all I need to know about life.
I have had the guard of Illyria, the guard of Liberio, scour the houses and marketplaces and the streets of Liberio, searching for anyone that might be connected to this Altbrook University or this guild of conscientious practice and scientific discovery. The notable thing is that there are several physicians and apothecaries in Liberio working, and so we were able to find a few individuals with some connections to this organization, including several graduates of Altbrook University that still have connections. I have asked them to come to Anchor Citadel, where they are being kept under guard. It is a little bit of an extra legal situation. They're not under arrest, so we can't keep them, because we have nothing to charge them with. We have no evidence. But you're free to question them. They're just not obligated to answer you.
Everybody that you brought in, are they currently people residing in Liberio who have been here long term? There was nobody who wasn't a resident of Liberio?
Well, notably amongst the individuals that we found, there were a few physicians, doctors that are people traveling through, and from what I could determine from them, they had no connections to this Altbrook University, nor this guild of conscientious practice and scientific discovery. Yet one individual was rather notable. One Dr. Ada Brandt, who is the personal physician to House Malvolio. She is a graduate of Altbrook University from Westamar, and did identify herself immediately when we asked as a member of this organization. We've asked her to come in. She might be good for questioning. At the same time, we did find a few others that had passed through. There was another individual, one.
Yeah, I'm really tired now,
One
so I think I'll go to bed.
He was a ship's doctor from a vessel that came out of Westamar, but hasn't been in Westamar for at least 10 years, at least according to the
So I
captain.
will see you guys tomorrow.
The other individual that
After I painted the house and boring stuff like that, or maybe I can play something really early if I can't sleep.
Helping the more downtrodden and less privileged individuals within our fair.
So have a good day or night. See you tomorrow.